What's up, everybody? My name is Ricky Carter. I'm a worship pastor in a town called Clinton in North Carolina. And I don't know about you guys, we use Lightkey for our lighting console. We used to use Lightkey for a long time. That's what they had before I started. And so we used it for a while. And if you've never used Lightkey, pretty much what it does is you set up cues or whatever, but then you can set them and make them on a button. And so you could have, stage lights, house lights, LED colors, groups, all that kind of stuff. You build them into one cue to make it easier for your volunteers. And when I go on YouTube to look at a lot of Lightkey stuff, they use them in subsections. And let me first say, the video is done on an iPhone. I don't know if I'm going to start making a lot of videos or not, but I've just made a couple for church stuff and for other things. So if you like the content and you would like to know a little bit more about our church and some of the cool ways we utilize ProPresenter, Lightkey, we build a drum booth in a video I think I've already posted on my channel, or maybe how we do things. Just let me know in the comment section below, and I can do that for you guys. But back to the video. It's done on an iPhone. Audio is going to be not very good, so just bear with it. Hopefully, you don't hate me after too long. So what I want to do is I'm gonna flip the phone around, and I'll show you guys how I've seen it, and then how we do it. And you let me know which way you think works better, and maybe why you wouldn't use ours, or maybe why you use the way that you use it, so that we can help each other. Again, this is just how we do it. I think it's simpler. And one preface before we get to it is a lot of the videos that I've seen, they give creative freedom in the moment, and so that's why I see them using a lot of groups to do lighting instead of a button that does all the lighting for them. And we allow our lighting people to make changes, but we have noticed that it takes any distractions out if, say, a light person that we normally have can't show up and we just have to grab somebody. Everybody knows how that happens. We don't want to ever make a distraction during worship. So I feel like the way that we've done it makes it easier in the moment in the service. We rehearse our services. We know kind of what's going to happen, and we have some buttons as a standby in case God just wants to move in a different way. So I preface all that before I show you guys our setup. So here we go. All right, so I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, but I wanted to show you guys the room first. The LED bars we just installed, and what they are metal track that we put LED strips in, and then we put craft paper over the top of them, and they just look like huge bar lights. They've worked good. We've had them for maybe a month now. Okay, so we have those, and then the diamond panels that you see there, they used to go across the wall and across that. We kept it there so that it wasn't just the LED bars, so that there would be a little bit of a breakup. Okay, you'll see that these lights right here are not on. This is our sermon cue, and we've noticed that when people are sitting, those lights can be blinding spots, so we don't use those during our sermon. So the LED strips are on a group, the panels are on a group, the lights across the bottom wall right there are on a group, and then the top 4 lights are a group, and then I misspoke. These lights are with these bottom 5 lights. We've just made this cue so that they're not on, so I lied to you. All of these lights and the 5 blue lights there are on a group, and then the top 4 are on a group. And the reason why we do that is because we like to build our songs into stages that give it a little bit more dynamic. And so we could have grouped all of the LED par lights together, but then you can't use that top bar light for like a huge big moment to really light the entire scene. So and then also we have a light in here that's part of that group that shines down, but then we also have a LED strip along the bottom that uplights the drum kit, and it's on its own group. by itself. So that's how we're running our lights. These are just Christmas lights with ping pong balls every 3 or 4 lights. Let's see. Yeah, this used to be a gym. Sorry about that. So that's how we did it. We did those lights like 2 Christmases ago, and everybody loved them just because it breaks up the feel of a gym. Obviously the lights aren't this bright during worship, and I'll show you that, but this is our setup, okay? And a lot of you guys right now are going, well, Ricky probably could have just recorded the screen. We use a Mac Mini right there, and again, this is just a thrown together video real quick to show how we do it, so just bear with me. I'll try not to shake the camera more than I have to, but I can't make any promises, okay? All right, so here's how I see a lot of people doing it, right? They got groups, and the lights are going to change because I don't have anything selected, but they got groups. Like I said, the top lights, the bar lights are those panels that were up here. The par lights, move lights, we don't really use those other than for Christmas. And then these other ones. And it's great for if you have the same lighting person or lighting 2 or 3 people using your Lightkey that really know the songs. But we don't really have that luxury right now. We have 2 or 3, but they're not, musicians. They love worship, but we just try to make it easier, like I said in the video. So I know I'm making this screen shake like nobody's business, so I apologize. What we do is we make these groups right here. And this is one of the groups. This is the top 4 lights that I showed you. I've set up dimmer parameters from 100 and dropping to 25, but then we have a 10% and then a 0%. And this only controls the dimmers, doesn't control any lighting, but it's only for this group. Then we have solid light cues, and then we have top like movers, like where they fade in and fade out, okay? But also you'll see here, for the par lights and all the other lights, we actually have like fanning where they'll change, like you can fan the orange and the purples, whatever colors to make them all fit. And I'll show you one in just a minute. So we have solid, we have fanning, we have like slow light fades, we have click fades like blinking and stuff like that. And then we have that for all of these. So each section gets a dimmer, each section gets solid lights, fanning lights where you're using 2 or more colors. We only use 2. So if you have like a blue and a purple, it fans all, like you would set this to a purple and this to a purple and then blue, and then it would fan all of these from purple all the way to a solid blue, and it would make them all different shades of blue. And again, I'll show you that in a minute. So we have that for all of our settings, okay? And what we do is we take them into this song section and we build songs here. What we do is we make groups. And this is based off of how we did it with Light Jockey. We would typically make a low, mid, high, high 2. And then for certain songs, if they needed more than those 4 cues, we would make, like this one says bridge, mid 2, for All Hail King Jesus. And what we do is on here, you can right click it, get info, and all of the stuff for that light cue is right here. So what you would do is you take it from here, find whatever key you want, drag it, drop it here. You don't have to drop it in place, just drop it in the square, and it orders it in the way that you have it kind of set up here, top to bottom, okay? So for this one, we wanted our par lights at 25, and we used the purple, blue 2. And let me click on it. And this one doesn't have the bar lights, so unfortunately you don't get to see that one. Here, how about we try this one? This one's an orange one, this one's Blessed God. But see how those fan from red to orange, and they're different colors? It just gives you better texture, okay? So what we do, again, is we just drop all the cues that we want for each section, the dimmers, all that stuff into this box. And then once we make a set, we just copy and paste all of these, and then look, guys, it sounds like a lot, but I promise you it's not. We've set up Sunday week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, so that we're not having to, we can work ahead, and we can, when we're done, you know, when we're on week 4 or week 5 and we need to start programming week 1 again, we can do that. So we just go here, and then we've made this simple light cue, and all of these have been built. And again, you can click get info, and all of your cues are here. Now, so if we're in the entrance, and then we go to the welcome, right? Our lights are dimming a little bit in the room, and our stage is changing. And then if we go to our first song, which is this week would be New Name, as soon as we click it, the house lights drop down for worship, stage lights come on to light the people, and then all of the lights are doing what we've already programmed them to do. So with just clicking one button, it changes. And then, so we go to a verse, and then we've got the top lights are coming on right there. Now we get to a high, and then we've gone all white for like a big blinding moment, and that's in the bridge of New Name. And then we click high 3, and then what I've got here is, and it's probably not going to show you, but all these lights bars are changing and fading from blue and white. And so that's kind of how we have our stuff going here. Again, it's so much simpler for my light people to follow a song sheet where we've put the cues on, and they know, okay, at the bridge, we're going to do bridge 1 cue, and we're going to do it 2 times. So when we get done with 2 times, then we're going to click bridge build, then chorus. And so we have these cheat sheets, and we've got all of our songs in this notebook right here. And so I make all the light cues for them, and they're ready to go on a Sunday morning, well, on a Wednesday night for our rehearsals. So this is basically how we do it. I know it's a longer video, but once you get all of these cues right here made, all it is dragging and dropping into the songs. And man, this makes it so much easier. Another thing that's cool, it's got its good things and its drawbacks. So even when you have them made up right here, you can still adjust. So if high 3 looks weird in person, and we want to adjust real quick, we just come over here and drag and drop in this box, and it changes, but it only changes here. It doesn't change the master that we've copied this from. So that's a good thing, but if you forget to change it the next time you load up this scene, it's just going to be the same way. So there is some flexibility in the moment that you can do it this way. All right, so I told you it wasn't going to be good. I got to jump back into this video real quick because I forgot to show you just how easy it is to make these cues. So once you make the first cue, all I did was right click and duplicate it. And then when you get here, all you're doing is changing your colors. So if this is a black light, just so that we know what it does. Change it to your color real quick. And update it. And then now it's already ready. I mean, that's how fast it is to make a cue. And then just again, right click, duplicate, make your light blue. Duplicate, make your green. The same for all of these other cues. When you do your fanning, now the fanning takes a little bit longer because you got to come over here, and I'm not gonna do it, but you got to click here, add fanning, and then you got to go in and you got to tell the lights. So the fanning takes just a few more seconds. Honestly, for here, like I said, you would click this, make it orange. Click this, make it orange. Click this, the middle one, make it purple. And then everything auto adjust. That's the best part about this. You don't have to go to each individual light like some of the others. You just have to do a couple of lights. And honestly, a lot of the times, they will already have them set. You just have to adjust to your needs. So, again, there's a lot of cues. When I made those LED bars a month ago, it literally took me about 5 minutes to make all my solids. all my fanning, all my blinking lights, and in 5 minutes I was done, and they were queued up for all different light colors. That wasn't just for one color. That was all my primary colors, all my fanning, all the blinking, all that kind of stuff. So as I'm sitting here watching the video back, I wanted to show you guys just how easy it is to make these cues to go into the thing. Also, another thing that I realized that I forgot to show you guys was when you're on the songs and you want to copy and paste, all you got to do is click and then hold control and then click the bottom one. All of these will light up. Then you copy here, and then when you get to the screen, when you get to whatever week, then you right click, edit live, click again, and then paste, and all your songs will show up right here, and then you just put them into place. It's very, very simple. But let me know, guys. Again, this is a little bit longer than I thought it would be. I don't know, it's like 15 minutes. So I appreciate your time. But if you guys find a simpler way to do it, other than what people have shown, how about just leaving me a comment if you like this and you need some help in fixing this way to do it, other than what people have shown. How about just leaving me a comment if you like this and you need some help in fixing this. Leave that in the comment, and I will help you guys learn how to do this to make it simpler for all of your volunteers as well. Man, praying for you guys. I hope that God is blessing you and your church, and look forward to making some more videos and hearing from you guys. Be blessed.